Well, good morning, lovelies. How are we doing today? Hi. Hi, I see you. Thank you for showing up so early this morning. Oh, we are at a slightly different position at the table. I've finally gotten some things cleaned up and organized. I've steadily been making space, and as it has become more clear, I have shared it with you. So this morning we are just doing Meet the Muse. Hi, good morning. Now, I'm not claiming to be a muse. I am talking about showing up for your creativity. Oh, 1 second. Let me post this. Little habits add up. All right. Sorry, guys. Been trying to learn tiny little new things as I've been doing this. We started. We started doing this, the going lives, July 6th. So it's still very new to me in general, but I'm a quick learner and I have really enjoyed showing up and getting to hang out. Hi, good morning. Share some art talk, get to know more people. And today's going to be a busy, crazy day. Hi, I see you. But the good thing about that is that we're up early enough to take a moment to do it slowly. Okay, don't have to. See, there's still bags under my eyes. Yeah, this is not makeup. This is me. I made some coffee and I sat down because integrity, right? So unfortunately for you guys, I think Meet Your Muse, I'm gonna look the craziest, and as we get later into the day, I'll look more creative and awake and playful. But hi, good morning. Thank you for joining in. Um, kind of just easing into the day. I'm a coffee person. I take at least 2 of these to start. Um, Speaking of starting, I know a lot of creatives lately have kind of been struggling to start. Not even like a got started and then got blocked up. We've just not even been able to start. And I am so confused if that means we have some projects we need to finish or some reflection we need to do. But I feel like we should still be creating. Hi, I see you. Hi. Um, and here's the thing is good morning, sometimes we need to make space to figure it out. So like I said, I've just been steadily clearing up like little bits of the studio. Um, Hi guys. Yes, hi. I do feel a little old lady today. I got the big cup of coffee. I'm enjoying the like slightly rain vibe going on the porch. Um, how you guys doing? Hmm? You guys got your cup of coffee already? Hmm? I see you. Thank you so much for showing up. So across the top here, I've got a board that says a promise I can make to honor my creative self. And I know, guys, I just said we were going to start off slowly, so just deal with it. A promise that I've made to my creative self has been doing these lives. So I've been doing this for about 3 weeks now, and I fell in love with it. Like, this is what I want to do with my time. This is how I want to spend my day, and this is what I want to make out of my life. Um, so I've just been kind of figuring out the schedule, sharing a little bit of the things that I create, um, encouraging other people to create, because that's honestly in my heart of hearts, that's what I'm about, is that shared journey, the story. Hi, I see you. I'm trying to like wave and hit all the buttons, guys, but again, 7 a.m. So please understand. um, but guys, in the comments, if you would like to say how you create. Like, are you a painter? Do you make music? Writer, maybe? Um, I do a little bit of all of it. I'm not qualified for the music part. I'm tone deaf in my one ear. So I used to sing. I love it. And I will sing if nobody can hear me. Actually, I'll sing even if you can hear me. But um, how do you guys create? Any storytellers in the group? Good morning. It is so nice to see you all this early. Guys, likes, follows, and shares really help small creators like me get to be more visible to the world. Hi, I see you. Are you guys like me doing a caramel coffee that was brewed double strong? Because at minimum, this is an extra bold roast today. Hi, I see you. Um, so part of doing these lives and how I've been showing up and the things that I've been creating. Hi, thank you so much. Thank you. I appreciate it. It means a lot. Um, has been the stories that I tell myself, the meaning behind what I do. Like being able to sit here this morning in front of this sign is deep and meaningful to me. It's intentional. I purposely made sure that I had 5 extra minutes. Now, did I do my hair and, splash some water on my face? No, but I cleared this space right here. And that's meaningful to me because this is where we're supposed to meet our muse every morning. This is a promise I made myself that I would show up for. Now, the story of meeting your muse is not that I'm the muse. It's about creative habits. It's about setting a time daily to show up and attempt being creative intentionally. Like work on a project or encourage a friend, build something up, bake a cake even. Cooking counts. Just because it's something that we need to do. Making coffee can have meaning. Good morning. I see you guys. Oh, good morning. Yes. It's nice to meet you. I can't help it. I just love that TikTok calls us friends when we follow each other back. Like I do. I think that's so awesome. Um, one of the things that we make when we share this time together is memories. Um, we grow our knowledge. We can inspire and spark other ideas. Like the other day I was working on a sketch and I was talking about how I hadn't worked on, these in a while. And just that conversation sparked something inside of me to make a space for those where they were in my face and I would intentionally give them more time. So they have been showing up more, just like me. They've been meeting me at the table. I don't know what I just knocked over. I think I have a couple projects I didn't get all the way organized that are hiding under there. But guys, that's the thing. I can come back to it. I can fix it. It's where I can pay attention to it and make that time. Good morning. How are you guys? And Wednesdays. Oh, it is Wednesday already, guys. It's Wednesday. Wow. We have made it halfway through the week. Wednesdays for me are usually a little bit easier with the creative flow. I don't know about the rest of you. Wednesdays for sure are the day where it's like, all right, Monday I did all the behind the scenes technical stuff. I did not. I got like halfway through it. I am still like looking at it. Like I'm just going to check it that piece by piece because it's a lot. It's a lot, especially when I'm doing a bunch of new things and like things have to be downloaded and moved and I'm figuring out the system though, and that's what counts. But Monday is typically like that catch up on business. All right, what are we doing? This Monday was weird because, kiddo was up early and we were figuring out the official live schedule. So, you have to be open to the growth and the change of it. But, Wednesday being the middle of the week, I've already done all the have tos. And now it's like, well, what do I want to make? I love your username. Sometimes I feel that way too, believe it or not. um, and here's the thing, what I want to make has always been something beautiful. That question when they ask you if you could be doing anything right now, what would you want to be doing? My answer is always painting. Always. Like, now, okay, in all fairness, now that I'm a mom, it's probably chase the kiddo around the backyard. But sometimes I'd like to paint while I watch her run out. Because, let's be serious. Painting is that moment that I connect fully with me. I forget the world around me and I just get to tune in and express what I'm feeling, thinking. And the best part about it is once the paint dries, I can add another layer. I can completely change the look and the feel of it. Sometimes just with one color, one line even, but you've got to make that mark. You've got to show up. You've got to make those attempts. And it's got to have meaning. If you don't have a why, you won't do it. I know, guys. I said we were going to slowly ease into today, but I got a lot on my mind already. Is it your world and we're all just living in it? Thank you for joining this morning. And I do tease people about their usernames and how they want to identify themselves because here's the thing. You don't ever have to be just one thing. You're allowed to find something that sparks your curiosity and try it. Like, believe it or not, I do have like 2 whole artworks that I did pointillism, those little itty bitty tiny dots. Never again. No, it's just not for me. Didn't hurt anybody by trying. They're beautiful. They're not my favorite. Doesn't matter. I did it. I tried it. I learned something new. And now I know for certain it's not for me. That's not what I want to do. What I want to do is make an impact. I want to share images and ideas that help add beauty to the world. Hi, I see you. It's not about being the only one or number one. I truly believe that we can just all support each other. There's enough of us that if we all pull together, there's no way we can't win. It's kind of like the little ants go marching. And so I ask these, deep, sometimes soulful questions about art and creativity because really there's not a single point and lesson in art that does not apply to your actual life. Hi, I see you. Good morning. Or afternoon, evening, whatever it is. You guys remember that from The Truman Show? Love that movie. Good morning. Oh, void. Ugh. Sometimes I feel like I'm floating in the void. Oh goodness, guys, let's test out this flash goal this morning. Let's see what we got. Ooh, ice cream cones. I would love some ice cream today, guys. That would be amazing. This is always the perfect excuse to talk to you guys about goals. So we're talking. Your nickname is Star. I just wrote a kid's book about stars. Well, about shining your light. It's called The Blue Star, actually. It'll be out here soon. But stars are like, as you can tell, one of my recurring motifs because they shine. And sometimes we can't see their flicker, but they're still shining, from thousands and thousands of light years away. Like, did you know we're part of stars? You should have lots of nicknames. You know why you should have lots of nicknames? Because you should identify in different ways. You should be able to flow. I tell everybody, if you can't remember my name, you can call me beautiful. That's what my name means. Allie is actually a nickname chosen. But Allie at A Cleaver Art, that's me. That's who showed up this morning to have some coffee with you. July for me was a lot about unmasking and identity and storytelling. The summer in general was about capturing some tiny moments. Last summer for me was not all sunshine and rainbows. Okay, there was a lot, and I'm not going to call it a dark night of the soul, but it was necessary to get me to who I am today. Give me 1 second. We have to block people who act inappropriately. Where's that button? Oh my. One of these days, guys, I'll get this organized where I can just find everything in one sentence. There we go. Yeah, that's super weird. So we blocked people. So here's the thing about our energy. I spent a long time. I will have to find that button later. But thank you for the offer. I really do appreciate the support and the help, because here's the thing, guys. When we're putting ourselves out there, I feel comfortable to accept common decency. That's for sure. We all needed a hand sometimes. I keep preaching, we can support each other and we can show up. Clicking the screen right now and hitting me with a few more likes and hitting that repost, staying here for more than 5 seconds, that tells TikTok that people are engaging with me. Showing up in here and commenting stuff that is disgusting, no, we don't need that. That's not what I'm here for. And that's actually why a lot of people don't put themselves out there, is they're afraid of moments like that. But I want you guys to recognize that the second that happened, even in a room full of strangers, somebody said, I got you. So thank you for that. Thank you. I often feel supported by the void because I am a star. But how we identify ourselves, the stories and the meanings that we give ourselves. This is just a pen. But have you ever heard that the pen is mightier than the sword? Here's why. If history is written by the victors, then the storyteller is the one that survives it all, the one that keeps track, gets to make all the marks. Oh my God, I got a picture of the other day, and let me tell you, it was not impressive. I was kind of disgusted by it. Here's the thing, if you want to send me pictures, come join the art community, okay? We encourage and share. We are safe. We don't send inappropriate things because it's about creating. We are trying to build here. And I know I look cute and fluffy, but if you're not here to support that, if you don't want to talk creativity, building, community, supporting each other, get out of the way, because there is a whole world that is about to run you over. Okay? We are waking up, we are shining our light, and we are not sitting quietly accepting anything. I don't need comments so bad that I will accept comments that are disgusting. We don't talk to queens like that. And I don't care if I'm the queen of your queendom, I'm the queen of mine. Mutual respect, guys. That's what we're building here. We can change the world just by showing up, by telling people that we don't do that that's not okay here, that this is okay here. Hey, how about I teach you how to do this instead? That's what I'm showing up for. I'm teaching myself to be Allie at A Cleaver Art, a bright light that shares beautiful things that she's made, that she helps you learn how to make. That's who I want to be. That's the meaning behind my story. You're welcome to participate. That's what all of my creative universe is about, is me inviting you in to make art. Aw, well, you can get on a creative cafe and make some art with me. But she's beautiful, just like you. Good souls. And the thing is, guys, please excuse the tirade. That's not for the people who are tribe, who get it. We all deserve an angel. Yes, we all deserve an angel in our lives. Here's the thing, guys. When we put ourselves out there, especially with art, like we've been taught that art has to be hard. You know, immediately when I told people, hey guys, I'm finally going to do it. I'm just going to bite the bullet. I'm going to take the leap of faith. I'm going to be a full-time artist. It was not even 50-50. I did not do the math. The math did not math. But the people who lit up and said, oh my God, you're going to do so great, versus the people who were like, have you ever heard of a starving artist? Guys, and I mean that exact face, okay? Like, I'm not exaggerating. Here's the thing. I eat when I'm hungry. So I guess I'm not a starving artist. Right? um, I can look at a room and say, we need to move this one thing out of this space. And I can turn it into a beautiful art talk and hopefully inspire others. Like, I totally believe in sharing our light. A candle, you know, can light another candle and still keep burning. Um, Making art, showing up creatively, trying to meet my muse, just doing the regular, consistent thing, using it to reflect my past. And, you know, even the ones that I didn't, intend originally, they kind of started as one thing and turned into something else. Because isn't that life? We do all the best things. Oh, yay. 11's a very special number for me. But, we do all the things right. We do all the steps. We have all the tools. We fill the space. Sometimes we don't like how it looks. Sometimes we love how it looks. Sometimes it looks nothing like what we imagined, but we did all the things exactly according to the directions. Your painting's not supposed to look like mine. Your story is supposed to be a little bit different. And the point of sharing mine is so that you remember that you're not floating in space. You're not lost in the void. Art is exactly where silence learns to speak. That's a beautiful quote. I'm going to borrow that for a second. So the reason I'm going to steal that is because we're talking about creative promises, who we show up as, something we can just do regularly. And for a long time, I didn't realize that my art was for me. I purposely created for others, charity causes, um, the, the community, underprivileged groups, fundraising for just different organizations. Here's the thing, those causes that I was creating for, if I'm creating to end hunger, isn't my soul telling me that it's famished? So I was ignoring that part of me, but I was advocating for those who were hungry. So when I went back and I look, let me show you guys real quick. When I look at these, look at all that. That's my life story. That's the journey I took to make this masterpiece. To make this masterpiece. That's what's going into this masterpiece. And, the stories change as your perspective changes. What you look at, what you find, the little piece that pops out. It's not going to be the same every time because our focus is different. But that's where the creative habit of showing up is. Now, I want to talk to you guys about the toxic positivity of my catchphrase, let's create something beautiful. I've heard it all. I need you to understand that the beautiful thing I created was the survivor, was the person that found their voice and is willing to share the story, that wants to encourage you to create a beautiful life, piece by piece, with as much help as it takes. But it's possible, guys. You can wake up and feel at home in your own space. You can move a couple things around and invite others in. And yeah, not everybody we invite in is beautiful. Not everything we make is beautiful, but that's why we have to let go of perfection and we have to just keep doing the thing. Hi, I see you. If nothing else, today I get to pick being grateful. I could have picked being stressed. I could have worried. I could have made excuses to not show up. And I wouldn't have met you. And now, that kind of doesn't seem fair. Now, does it? I didn't work on a canvas, but I did make something beautiful this morning. That's why I love art so much. That's why I say it saved my life. And sitting down and having little chats, slowly easing into the day, reminding other people that they are also beautiful, that they have a creative spark. That's what it's about for me. Getting to share some beauty with the world. Because no, it's not always beautiful, but we can make it that way. We're stronger together, remember, guys? Just saying. I know I'm waxing super deep for this early this morning, but oh, you know what? We're about halfway through. Let's do some shoulder rolls. So this loosens up your throat and your heart chakra because they're right here. A lot of times I get a couple snap, crackles, and pops, but a lot of us hold energy in this space where we connect. And I'm very much like, I like to sit up correctly, but I'll start leaning and talking. And it does help to just kind of take a minute and reset yourself. Find a way to center. You don't got to do it correctly or a certain way. Yes, the loudest homes do. I'm going to share a story with you guys. This little girl. Only time she ever knows peace. It's when it's very, very dark, very, very quiet. The whole rest of the world goes away. All she has is a piece of paper, pencil, and her imagination. This little girl tells herself that one day, the house she lives in is going to be big, beautiful, full of color and joy. It's going to be quiet, but it's going to be bright. And if there is screaming noises, it'll be giggles. That's a promise that I made myself when art was helping me survive. It's not always beautiful, but it can grow beautiful things. That shit they toss on you can be used as fertilizer. I'm not sure if I'm a rose or a sunflower, but things are beautiful. I'm blooming. I never thought that I would be able to bloom. I never thought that I would have a Saturday night that didn't involve a drink. I never thought that I would get up first thing in the morning and be like, let me talk to however many people decide to show up today about creating anything, let alone a beautiful life. This wasn't in the plan. This was just was a maybe. I'm not sure how I'm going to do it, but these conditions will make it be true. People take that and they say that I am weak because I am so kind. I'm so understanding. I can make excuses for everybody. Good morning. I want to be very clear with you. I find that one of my best strengths is that I am empathetic and understanding. Well, good morning. I get both of you today? This early? Stop it. But that vulnerability, that sharing, that being willing to say, hey, it doesn't look right, but I can change it a little bit. You got to water the garden. You got to pour into yourself. And you got to figure out what yourself, yes, do it, guys. You got to figure out what yourself is without what the world tells you to be. Because the world will tell me to be a starving artist. The world told me to find a man to take care of me. The world told me I would never be able. No, but here's the thing. It can keep talking. That's not the voice that I have to listen to. Okay? When I am trying to build things, when I'm trying to live my one and only life, the voice that I need to hear is mine. And for me, personally, when I sit down and I create art, that's when I hear it. When I share these stories of my creations, hey, I take that moment to reflect. When I show up at an event that is for charity to drop an artwork off and I hear a story, how it impacts others, I'm fixing that little girl. I'm telling her her story matters, her goals, her dreams. I honored them. Guys, I made a coloring book to honor that little girl. Is it the best coloring book in the world? Probably not. Probably not, because honestly, I bow down to Lisa Frank. She is an inspiration, a goal, heart of my hearts. But I have a coloring book. Little me figured out how to draw enough pictures to add up to a coloring book. Through failed relationships, through things that, addictions, losing jobs, moving, all this stuff. 4 years. Congratulations. Oh, my heart. Yay, good for you. Putting in that time. That's what I mean. You're showing up for each other, holding each other's hands. I'm happy you have her too. I am. We all need somebody. Um, and not because we can't do it alone. I'm a very, very capable individual. I'm stubborn and I have been through so much and I refuse to give up. Not sure if you guys have met the determined side of me. um, but I also practice a little bit of grace here and there. And I'm just happy to be alive. Real talk. I'm happy for the opportunity to create, to chase the kid around the yard, to share coffee with you. There were so many points in my life where that wasn't the goal, you know? Um, but hi, I see you popping in. Um, you know, I just, ooh, there we go. There's the yawn that says I'm awake. Oh, thank you. You follow me however you want, boo. I love the support. um, Speaking of support, we got some of our fan club members showing up this morning. You guys got your coffee already? So, because this is kind of a newer thing, the fan club is still getting built up. We do have some hand-drawn stickers available for fan club members to use. The super fans get like the full colored set. Uh, we're steadily growing, trying to build. Every tiny bit helps. Today I added, I think, the link for the replays. If not, it should be in there. And the official, this is what the lives are going to be, should be readable for everybody in that fan space. So, A Cleaver Art is doing, I guess, little mini series now, guys. Um, I know, I'm excited. You know, for somebody who used to be so afraid, people are like, you were never shy. I can't believe that. Yes, I was. Oh, yes. Aren't they so cute? I made those. It tickles me to see them being used. Thank you. Um, Thank you, lovely. Lucky number 9. Hi. Good morning. How are you? Are you creating chaos already? What are you guys creating today? If you don't want to make a promise to your creative self, you can at least tell me what your plans are. What are we getting into? I gotta go grocery shopping, and then I'm having a bonfire. If the rain stays away. Ooh, motorcycle rides. Um, Everybody's going grocery shopping too. So the fire I'm having, did you guys know it's the full moon today? So please be careful out there. People go a little crazy. Um, but so I, out of nowhere, right before the full moon last month, was like, I want to dance around the fire with a whole bunch of fairies. Now, for those of you who do not believe in magic and see it everywhere, I will start shining a brighter light. But in my brain, that meant text all the girls. We're doing a fire for um, next month's moon. And you know what, guys? Nobody's RSVP'd. I have no idea who all is showing up. But one of my goals for this summer was to be a better fan. Ladies only, and not because we're not inclusive, but because a lot of the girls in my life have kind of been going through it lately. And I don't know if it's just like a divine feminine energy thing or just like a settling or just everybody's gone crazy at once. You know, I don't want to judge the situation. I just want to show up for it. And, kind of like how I've been doing with you guys, I've been creating space. And so you are the biggest and the best. Right back at you, boo. You know. Thank you. Thank you. You know it. I mean, really, um, you can be the biggest whatever you want, Taz. I love you. Um, but yeah, guys, so we are we are getting that time in. We are pouring into each other. And it's not because we don't want the masculine energy. I just think sometimes women need to connect with each other. No, sir, it's not that kind of party. Um, and just be around one each another without having to be on, without having to do anything, you know? So just sit around the fire, talk some BS in a space where there's no rules. It's kind of my goal for how to end the day. But in the meantime, I'm gonna figure out how to make something. Like I gotta cook, obviously. You have a blessed day. It was an honor to meet you. Oh, you guys, stop it. Stop. Oh, okay, don't. I love it when you spoil me. I do. I do. I'm a time person though. I know that TikTok pushes the gifts and it's honestly, if we could just get me to like 10K followers so I can get monetized, it would be great. Like just uncomplicate all the crazy goals and side missions. Oh my goodness, 7 times? You guys. I love you guys. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. 4.4K likes. You guys are coming in force today. Um, so speaking of birthday suits, we had some inappropriate comments earlier in the chat, and you know, the more I'm going live, the more you see this. You know, and I'm not going to assume genders. I'm not going to say that these people have nothing better to do with their lives, you know. But I have better things to do with mine, and it's, you know, not monitor people being inappropriate. Here is the thing. When you put yourself out there, when you make art, when you create, so much of, I think, not wanting to share is the fear of being seen. You know, if you're this bright light, you affect the space around you. See how the image changes depending on where the light is? Moths, baby. Moths. Swear to God. But that doesn't mean put out your light. Don't go quietly into the dark. No, shine brighter. Um, Art has taught me boundaries. That's why I make safe spaces. That's why there's a community. That's why I will come join. 200 minutes, God. But it's why I create these spaces. That's why I share things in progress. That's why I preach the messy middle, is because no, you don't have to be perfect. But I can't hear your song if you don't sing it. I can't show up for you how you need if you don't tell me what you need. You know what I'm saying? Like, if we don't understand the assignment, how are we supposed to do the assignment? The assignment today was to show up, to find one thing that I could make beautiful. And guys, it was not the crust under my eyes, but it was this cup of coffee and the time shared with you. I've already checked one thing off the list today. I've made magic. That's why I can say I'm dancing around the fire with some fairies later. It's all in how we look at it. The time and energy that we're pouring into it. That's why there's the coffee things. Like, I need you to understand that I'm not preaching these things because, oh, I know something you don't know. No, I survived and I don't want to survive anymore. I want to thrive. I want to show up authentically as me. And guys, I'm a star. least I'd like to be. I can be if, we get my name out there enough. It's the goal, right? Remind the world that we're not crazy for being dreamers. Ooh, a donut would be lovely with this coffee. Oh, thank you. Thank you. I appreciate that. Oh, you sweet angel. Ah, so crazy, I got a question. If you're often crazy, does that mean you're sometimes calm? Or does calm not exist for you? I'm just trying to get like a base of understanding, love. I'm not judging. Although, guys, I do have a few people that are here right now. They go live quite a bit. I have loved popping in and just like saying hi. Often crazy and undercover Taz. It looks like a Taz. It's a T4A whatever. Um, yeah, they both go live pretty frequently, and like I said, we support those who support us. So please, check them out. Um, I'm glad to hear that. We all need a little peace. Oh my God, crazy at the times I need to be, right, girl? Oh my God. Like this morning, I was like, get out of here. Like, it was bad. And then I was like, oh my God, guys, I apologize. Like, that was not for you. That was for you. But here's the thing about being crazy. Are you sure you're not surrounded by a-holes? Because sometimes it's not you. I'm not saying it's not always you, boo. Like, you should always check in with yourself, make sure, you're not dealing with a previous trauma, you're not reacting from, sometimes you are just in a room full of a-holes. um, Mostly in the garden. That's why she's calm and peaceful. Yes, that's a secret some of us don't know. Um, it's definitely been a recurring theme lately. Now, here's the thing. When you're in the garden, are you tending the garden? Are you just running around playing in the field? Do you water the flowers? I sing to the flowers because they don't care that I'm tone deaf. And if they do, they've never said anything other than bloom. That's fair. That's fair. Um, Good morning. But yeah, so speaking of gardens blooming, I did not get to plant my actual garden this year. I had a little bit of unnecessary chaos and distractions going on yet again. Um, because that's life when you let it. And so I planted it late. I said, I know that there's a chance that you are not going to even germinate and bloom. It could be way too hot. I know the soil is not fully prepped. Sunflowers are amazing. And here's the thing. I gave my garden permission to not grow, but I still planted it. Why? Why? Isn't that a waste? No, guys, because my heart needed that memory. I needed to show myself that just because I hadn't been able to before, I could follow through on that intention. You know, especially being a creator, trying to do these lives, the consistency that I said I was going to do this, that integrity, so important. Now, does anybody care about my sunflowers, my roses, and my daisies? I do. So that's one. My neighbor got a heck of a show watching me try and get the garden all set up and giggled for hours. Maybe they just need more time. Maybe they just need more time. Here's the thing. I planted this garden late in the season. And I planted it late in the season intentionally because I had told myself the year before I was going to plant it, I told myself that way earlier in the spring I was going to do it. And then my health kind of took a shift. I'm not making excuses. That's just the truth of it. After all of the deep soul work and the therapy and emotional healing and recovery, then my body took a shit. Um, Lovely, huh? You know? But here's the thing. I had made a promise to myself that I was going to plant that garden this year. I had made 3 separate trips to gather the seeds to plant this garden. I hand dug the space where the garden was supposed to grow. I even had a neighbor kid come help me like make sure I got all the deep roots out because I do not like messing with worms. I love playing in the garden, but like as soon as I see a worm, I scoot over. It's a whole thing. Hi, I see you. Good morning. Why did I put all of that work into something that isn't going to bloom this year? Is that a waste or is it an investment? I don't know. We'll see if it blooms next year. It might not. I might plant an entire different garden on top of it. I kept my word to myself that I would plant the garden. In my head, I saw a beautiful, blooming, welcoming oasis around the front of my house. And then my rose bush got mowed over. It wasn't a waste of time, baby. It brought me to you. Every time I think about that place, I think about how I still have a true friend. After everything that we have been through, all the mistakes we've made, we can still see each other as a human being, as somebody that we care about. That time spent was an investment, just like this garden that will bloom next year or whenever it wants. Maybe I don't live here next year. Maybe I never get to see the rose bush make a comeback. Maybe that time I invested gets paid forward into something else. But I have that time. I have the knowledge of that time. If I need to replant, there's already kind of a rough space dug up in an area for it. It's prepared for the next go round. Do you guys see how everything is art? You see why it's so delightful? You just got to connect those dots. Oh, speaking of connecting some dots, your girl needs some more coffee, and I have to be ready to go to the grocery store in about a half an hour. So I am going to try my best to be on at noon. It is not scheduled because I did not want to make a commitment I could not keep. We will be doing some creative rhythm, Allie's Cafe night later, but I'm not 100% sure when because that depends on when Grandma comes over. So stuff for s'mores, of course. And then also we're doing a fire. So like I said, if we don't do creative tonight, we'll do it tomorrow. I know I owe you guys some studio time. If you want to help me get some studio time ideas, check out that sketch for sale. We do those during lives. It's a lot of fun. Just another way that we're trying to grow and share a Cleaver art. I cannot thank you guys enough for your time today. Mwah! I'm going to come check out your live in about 10 minutes. I just got to go get kiddo ready, okay? Love you guys so much. If you followed me, I do follow you back. Just, you know what? You already made something beautiful today. You made me smile. You're off the hook. You can relax and just enjoy being alive now. If you do make something fun, I want to see it though, okay? Oh, we'll talk about that later. But yeah, guys, today's going to be kind of busy. I will check in as I can. Thank you again for the time and support. I love you, and I will see you guys soon.